Okay, I'm already 20 seconds into this. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I guess I got the place for the night. So I'm gonna read another chapter of this story. This steamy paperback I got here. Where was I? Chapter 5, right? Okay. Chapter 5, Level 1. Hiding in the shadow of one of the empty trucks parked inside the compound, Solid Snake took a long look around. What Haley was looking for was something that would give him an indication of where Metal Gear might be concealed. A hatch leading to an underground silo, maybe, or a building within the complex that was more remote and more fortified than the rest. But he was handicapped by the fact that nobody in Foxhound Command knew what Metal Gear looked like. Was it something so big it needed a huge protected structure to house it? Or so small that it was only a deadly microchip, computer-triggered or radio-controlled? A barbed wire fence around a building was no guarantee that Metal Gear was to be found inside. It could be anywhere in outer heaven, even in Colonel Vermin Cat Taffy's shirt pocket. All he had to go on was the name, Metal Gear. Somehow that hinted to Haley that the weapon itself was large and needed a sizable building to itself. Crossing the field that separated the outside fence from the windowless complex of outer heaven, the young Marine captain spotted a door at the base of one of the buildings. Using the keycard, Haley placed it in the slot in the door, face down. He could hear the latch click, and he pushed gingerly at the door. It opened to his touch. He was inside now, on the first level of the first building. He pressed himself against the wall, becoming a shadow, and let his eyes do the walking. There were many doors along the hallways of Building 1, and all of them were guarded. Armed and uniformed terrorists, most of them carrying high-tech automatic weapons, were everywhere. Solid Snake knew that at least at the start he would have to avoid the guards wherever possible. Once he knew his way around, and once he had located a weapon of his own, he'd be able to fight. For now, though, the only intelligent thing was to remain concealed. But for how long would Haley's concealment be safe or effective? Sound like birth control or something. There had to be surveillance devices everywhere in the compound. Haley scanned the walls and ceilings for the telltale red eye of a video camera, but he didn't see one. That could mean the cameras were hidden from view, or it could mean that other types of sensors might be operating. Heat seekers or motion detectors, for example. They were common devices, frequently used in securing premises. Those would certainly tip off the terrorist leader to the presence of an intruder. But if that were so, wouldn't the patrol guards confuse the sensors? No, it had to be hidden video cameras linked to some giant console control board somewhere in the complex. Solid Snake looked around for stairs leading to the upper floors, but he didn't see any. 2 elevators, east and west, according to Haley's compass, were all that were available to Solid Snake to get him from the first level to another floor. The elevators were an added risk and posed a real danger of possible entrapment. Also risky were the corridors leading to the elevators. There were 3 of them. Haley took the one to the left. He found himself facing 3 doors. He tried his keycard on the first door, but it didn't respond. Why not? The slot for the card was there. Why didn't the door open? Unless... For the first time, Solid Snake realized that there might be more than one keycard. In fact, now he was certain of it. Each individual card opened only a small designated number of doors, and it would take more than one to open all the doors. How many keys would Justin Haley need to fully penetrate outer heaven? Also, Justin didn't know it. There were actually 8 key cards that, used together, unlocked all the doors in the compound. It was an elaborate system in which the higher the soldier's rank, the more key cards he was entitled to carry. Only Colonel Vermin Katafi himself carried all 8 key cards. His 2 most trusted terrorists, aides, were entitled to 6 each. I don't know why this is funny. But the key card in Solid Snake's possession did manage to trip the second lock and get the second door open. Haley slipped inside the room. It was a small room, little more than a closet, and it smelled bad, like chemicals. The room gave the young Marine a bad feeling, and he wanted to get out of there, but first he forced himself to look around. Something was lying on a shelf near the door. Haley grabbed it and ducked back outside. The door clicked shut behind him, locked again. He looked at the thing he was holding in his hand. It was a gas mask. Considering the chemical smells, the gas mask made perfect sense. It was probably used during experimentation in that room. It could be useful, but what Solid Snake really wanted was a weapon. But he decided to keep the gas mask and move down the corridor. The guards were still patrolling back and forth, up and down. Now, they were coming Haley's way. Their heavy boots made cadencing footsteps sounded closer and closer. Hugging the wall, Haley raced off in the opposite direction to the nearest side door of level 1. Quickly. He traded his keycard, or he tried his keycard, which he now thought of as keycard 1. It worked. The door opened, and Haley was back outside the building before the terrorist guards caught a glimpse of him. 3 military trucks were parked just outside the door. They were marked with the same strange insignia of the other vehicles he'd seen outside the compound. Haley ran swiftly toward them, hoping to find them unguarded. He was lucky. No terrorist guards were in sight. Quickly but thoroughly, Justin began to search the trucks. He was looking for something, anything, that could be useful in this mission. Luck was with him. In the left-hand truck, his fingers closed around a familiar something. A pistol grip. Justin Haley had to bite his tongue to keep from letting out a yell of triumph. But his moment of triumph was brief. Oh. Haley had found a handgun, the Beretta M92F, whatever the fuck that is. I think that's the gun from the first, the first Dr. No movie, or whatever. A lightweight weapon, yet accurate and deadly. But with it, there was no clip of ammunition. The gun was empty. Still, it was a beginning. And then there's game hint. If you turn it like this, it says, get the rocket launcher on the 2nd floor of building 2. After you have earned 4 stars, call Jennifer on frequency something. Yeah.